Okay, let's get started. What is a perfect square and how do we know perfect square? Okay, for us, if a number is a perfect square, then its square root is exact number. Its square root is an exact number. What do I mean by an exact number? For example, let's take 9 and 25 respectively. 9 and 25 respectively. The square root of 9 is 3 and the square root of 25 is 5. 3 and 5 are exact numbers. That is what we mean by exact numbers. So if we get 3 and 5, we perfectly or we comfortably say 9 and 25 are the perfect squares. So this is number one. Let's go to quadratic expression. For quadratic expression, what should we say? So if a quadratic expression is a perfect square, then it factorizes into a square. It factorizes into a square of a single expression. Okay, for example, let's take ax square plus bx plus c. There is two conditions involved. Two conditions that you should check to see if this quadratic expression is a perfect square. One condition is if a and c are perfect square, like the one above. Condition number two. This is the only two conditions that you must test. A and c are perfect square. Condition number two, b square is equals to 4ac. b square is equals to 4ac. If these two conditions is satisfied, then you are good to go. You are good to say a number or a quadratic expression is a perfect square. Let's take an example. Example number one. Let's take a number like x square plus 8x plus 16. This is ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, solution. Our condition number one is a and c. Let me come back. Condition number one is if a and c are perfect square. Condition number two is b square is equals to 4ac. Let's go to first condition number one, if it is really satisfied. Condition number one, this one we have 1 and 16. 1 and 16 is a perfect square. How is a perfect square? Because the square root of 1 is equals to 1 and the square root of 16 is equals to 4. So we comfortably say that number is perfect square. Then condition number 2. Okay, let's divide it and take this one. Condition number 2, b square is equals to 4ac. b square is equals to 4ac. So our b is 8. 8 square is equals to 4 times our a is 1. We don't have a here, so we say if, for example, number is ax square, we say that one is 1x square. So our a 4 times 1 times our C is, so this one is 64. 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 times 16 is 64. So we perfectly say x square plus 8x plus 16 is perfect square. Okay, let's go to the second example. Our second example is x square minus 44x plus 49. I take a number with a negative. The other one was a positive. B is positive, and this one B is negative. Okay, let's take solution. Condition number 1, is it satisfied? Condition number 1, what do we say condition number 1 is? Okay, condition number 1, if you forget, is this one. A and C are perfect square. Number 2, B square is equals to C. So 1, this one is like 1x square is 1 is 1 and 49. 1 and 49 is perfect square. Perfect square. How? 1 square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 49 is 7. Okay, square root of 49 is 7. That condition number 1 is satisfied. Condition number 2, for B, you can't just say, if condition number 1 is correct, you can't say a number is a perfect square unless you test condition number 2. B square is equals to 4ac. Okay, we have B square, which is negative 44 square should be equal to 4 times 1 times 49. This one is 1934. If you calculate, should be 196. So should be 196. Is it equal? No. So we say 44x plus 49 is not a perfect square. A perfect square. It's not a perfect square. Our next example is 4n square plus 25m square minus 40nm. Minus 40nm. So if you find such number, what must you do first? Rearranging to have a term with an m in the middle. Rearrange this number to have the term nm in the middle. Okay, how can we do? This way, 4n square minus 40nm plus 25m square. 25m square. So both 4 and 25 are perfect square. Perfect square. Perfect square. Why? The square root of 4 is equals to 2. The square root of 25 is equals to 5. So we can say that number is a perfect square, but it is not yet over until condition number 2 is tested. Condition number 2 is b square is equals to 4ac. Our b square is equals to negative 40 square is equals to 4 times 4 times 25. 4 times 4 times 4 times 25. Okay, which is the same as 600 will not be 400. So our answer to the question is 4n square plus 25m square minus 40nm is not a perfect square. And in our next lesson, we shall talk about completing the squares. Thank you very much.